Okay, all right. Hello everyone. This is Dre here. Welcome to the podcast for today, and I'm here with a very special person. I've known her for quite a while, and she's sort of like a different person in terms of personnel and everything, and um, and I'm so glad to have her here with me today. And would you mind if you introduce yourself and where you're from? Just everything about you, like where you are, where you're from, what do you do, so like that.
Okay. Well, first of all, let me start by saying thank you for having me here. I'm so privileged. When you texted me, I was so happy. I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. And basically, yeah, my name is Joy Rahim. I am from Ireland and I'm studying medicine in Poland. So I'm currently in my third year in Gdansk. And I came here when I was 17. So obviously I was quite young coming here because I am the youngest in my year. So that is something. But it's nothing bad, because I would say I'm an ambitious person. So everything kind of works out. Yeah.
So how has it been though, like being a young person and moving over to another city or not even another country?
Well,
how's it been?
In first year when I first got here, it was so hard. Like it was so difficult to kind of like get used to the system of being in Poland, and also like being in a new country and meeting completely different people, because I've always been like in my hometown comfortable and around people I've known for years. So coming here, like a new environment, I'm starting university, I'm starting med school. So everything was really like stressful. I did really hit a stage of like depression and I was really sad. But then I met like really good people and that kind of just, brought me out of it. So yeah.
So we're gonna go a little bit more on since you moved here. But one thing I was just gonna ask you about is so what interested you in coming to Poland? Like, I mean, for people it's different. For me, my family has been like Poland. Like my dad studied in Gdansk 30 years ago.
Oh my!
Yeah, he studied medicine in Gdansk.
Oh wow!
Yeah, my older brother finished like 10 years ago from Medical University Gdansk.
Oh my god!
So it's been like this family trend, like that's what brought me here. So what would you say interested you to come into Poland?
Well, Poland per se, I applied to universities in Ireland because there's only like 6 medical universities in Ireland and there's only very limited spaces. So unfortunately, I didn't get a spot in Ireland. So I obviously had to broaden my horizons. So I only applied to Poland because I knew people here. But I didn't know anyone in Gdansk, but I think it was like one of the higher ratings. So I was like, I want to go there. Like they sound, I was like, they sound ambitious and everything. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna choose Poland.
Oh wow, that's crazy because I never actually thought about coming to Poland until my dad put it in my mind. Like, you think you want to study outside? I'm like, okay. Like I was in the university in Nigeria before I came here.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was the same for me. Like before I had to move, I didn't think about moving. Like it was like, I think it was probably like 3 months before I moved that I decided, okay, I'm willing to go abroad to do something I love, because I got offers in Ireland for biomedical science, but that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I love. So I was like, I have to chase my dreams and I'm not going to wait. So that's why I just went ahead at 17 years old.
That's fun. That's interesting. My younger brother he's studying medicine right now.
Wow.
It's funny because my family is all medical people and I'm the only odd one. So he studied 3 years of biochemistry, I think. Yeah, because he couldn't get like an offer, like he couldn't get like he wanted to study medicine, so he couldn't get into the medical school because the requirement was too high to get into the medical school. But now he's kind of like studying medicine. So I've known you for quite a while,
right? Yeah,
and I've always thought about your character as a person who is like positive person.
Yeah.
I feel like you're so energetic. Yeah, I feel like that. Speaking to you is always it's always lively. So I've always wondered like what kind of like keeps you motivated.
Yeah.
Like where's this motivation coming from? How do you get this vibe?
Well, basically, thank you for those compliments, though. I do kind of get that whole energetic, positive comment a lot. But basically, I would say it's my surroundings. Like I've always tried to embody my name. Like my name is joy. So that's what I do try to like give out. When I try to give out a joyful, positive energy, because you need to intercede for some people that are having bad days, and some people have been surrounded around negativity. So I like to try and like intercede for people, kind of like giving them that positivity, making jokes, trying to make people laugh, even though like I think I'm funny, but people don't think I'm funny, but it's still like I try my best, and yeah, it's just really my upbringing. Like my family as well are very positive people, and like growing up as a Christian, it's always been like part of me to be positive and look on the bright side, which has definitely helped me. Like first year, I wasn't really I wouldn't say a good Christian, so I wasn't as positive. But during the quarantine break, it definitely brought out I really got time to study Christ and study myself. So I would say the quarantine actually helped me become even more positive than I was.
So one thing I've always I feel like this, yeah, like you said, like the surroundings around you is kind of like important, really.
Yeah.
How how important are friends to you? Like, are you the sort of person that keeps a lot of friends, or what kind of person are you, and how important is friends to you?
Wow, friends are probably one of the most important things in my life. Like friends and family, of course, and I have a lot of acquaintances, a lot of people that are around me, but when it comes to close friends, they're very limited, because I feel like it's important to keep your circle small, because sometimes it can get overwhelming. But having friends as a support system and family as a support system, it's amazing, because you get to share experiences with each other. And to be honest, it's only here in Poland that I've gotten close to I have a really, really close friend. But in Ireland, like all my friends, I've known them for quite a while. So we've been able to build that friendship and kind of study each other and study how each other works. So it's, it's really important to have people that are positive minded and people that are kind of like you, because you're able to like encourage each other and, support each other in the best way you know how to, Yeah.
And I just want to quickly touch on something. You said when you first came to Poland, you say you hit a point of depression. Yeah. I'm not gonna make you expatiate on that. I'm just gonna ask you, how did you stay positive in such situations? Or how did you stay motivated during that point? Like, how did you get through that point exactly?
Yeah. It's actually it's quite an easy one. It's God first and then family, because I feel like when I when I had a stable relationship with God, that's when things actually start to change. And like when you kind of just change your mentality and change your thinking, your life actually begins to change. And like that is something that has been very apparent in my life. Like when I start thinking positive, I start thinking, okay, I can do this, and I stop thinking that, oh, I can't do this and this is too hard. That's like when things actually begin to change. And my family have always supported me, but even because I am and I have been a very happy and joyful person. So when I did hit that stage of depression, it was scary because I didn't know what to do, and I didn't even want to tell anyone, because it was a thing that is like, this is not me. And at that point in time, I didn't feel like myself, but like then get into like when I started speaking up and speaking to different people and, getting encouragement and just finding Christ and finding like my inspiration in God and knowing that I can do all things through him is what really inspired me and what really, helped me to get through my studies and get through life at that time.
Yeah, I feel like that's really important. Placing God first, and also having a very good support system. I also had a point in my time studying where sometimes it get really rough. Like you feel like what is actually happening.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like we as a person, or we as humans, we're gonna go through different situations.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like like inspiration has to come out, but like where the inspiration comes out is the most important thing. I feel like so when I had this thing, or when I had this time in my life, it was like not even a time, it was a period.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'm such a person that you don't see the inside from the outside. So like people couldn't really notice that. My brothers didn't really notice that, and I'm not the kind of person to speak up. Yeah, I'm just like chilled. But with time, with consistent seeking God's face, like what's the matter? What's the issue? Like how can I get through these things? And I feel like things began to become clearer. Yeah.
100%.
And yeah, which is obviously important. Like we need to know how clear, what's the goal,
Yeah.
So
For sure.
bringing me to what's the goal? What would you say is Joy's life goal? Like how would you describe Joy's life goal?
What is Joy's life goal? Wow, this is a nice question. Obviously, I am studying to be a doctor, so studying to be the best doctor that I can is one of my life goals. But I also do aspire to be an entrepreneur, and also I do love singing and I do love music. So also something in that field. Like I do have ideas, but I don't really like sharing them, like the specific ideas, because like it's the future and things change and plans change. So, but yeah, definitely to be the best doctor I can, something to do with music, and also